I am going to be checking out something new today. So I've been watching Disney Twisted Wonderland and having a fun time watching it together with all of you. And I had seen something coming up on Netflix that I was interested in. It's called The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. For some reason, the name of this anime is just really hard for me to remember. Every time I go to say it, I say the wrong thing, like not fragrant or not dignity. I don't know. For whatever reason, this long name is just really hard for me to remember, but it looked really cute. And at time of recording, there's still one more episode that has yet to come out on Netflix. So I am going to be starting with the first episode. I'm planning to watch this weekly, and yeah, super excited to check it out. All right, let's take a look and see what the first episode is like. I'm Jenny, and I'm going to be watching, let me read it again, The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Yeah, at first I kept saying fragile, the fragile flower. Anyway, yeah, let's check it out. Pretty. Let me turn it down a little more. I'll never be part of. What could that mean? Aww. Her eyes are so pretty. Beautiful. Aww. Hmm. Oh. So Usami's another character. I'll do my best to remember everyone. So far, Rintaro and Usami. Oh no! Everyone's afraid of him. Ooh, I want to go. Get some pastries there. Uh, hmm. Ah. She's so cute. Oh. Oh, he's really sweet. He's like thinking about her. She's probably not a middle school student. She's so sweet. Hold on, let me get something real quick. Okay. Aww. Aww. She seems pretty interested in him. Oh. Look, he's gonna walk her to the station. Oh. Yep, she needs more cake, okay? From plane. Ugh. Even when he was little, everyone was scared of him. Oh. No, he's not. Mm-mm. Stupid kid school. Ooh, that's right. Mm-hmm. And how about you let her go? Yeah, you're unpleasant. Both of you, go away. Yeah, he let her go. Oh, he didn't really. It's those guys' fault. Yeah. Kind eyes. So sweet. He's like, what? Huh? I like this story already. It's about like judging a book by more than its cover. That is one very shiny apple. I like that song. It's pretty. Oh, rain falling. So cute with the umbrella. Hanging beads. Pretty art. So pretty with flowers. So cute and pretty. The apple with a bite taken. Episode 1 was so good, you all. I really like this story. And I mentioned this before, but to me, what I see this being about is seeing people beyond what's just the surface, right? Like seeing the kind of person they are, not just basing your judgment of them on how they look. I was really, really worried when our girl got, and I already forgot her name, y'all. Oh my gosh. That she got like wrist grabbed by this creepy guy who was trying to make up all these lies. But for a shy character who's like so blushy and timid and soft-spoken, I really relate to that kind of character. She really has a very strong side to her too, because first she was saying like, no, I don't think you're scary, and then later she was standing up to this bully who's holding her wrist and just like very threatening. You could tell that these guys were a problem. Like you just could tell. But she was still telling them, no, I don't believe you. So she's a soft-spoken girl. She's very blushy. She mostly stays to herself. But when it matters is when she'll stand up and say something, or she'll say what she really thinks. She seems very introspective. So yeah, I had a feeling when she came back, I thought she was gonna wear the Kikyo Academy like school uniform, but she wasn't. She was dressed in like day clothes. And then when that curtain opened, I knew. I was like, she's gonna be on the other side of the curtain. But it's interesting because like she's been judged as well, right? Like, I'm sure. I mean, I don't... they haven't shown it yet. But the girls from Kikyo Academy, everyone sees them from the other school as kind of stuck up. So they see them as this, like, collective of girls who are not ladylike, who look down on this other school where they think the boys are stupid because it's, like, a lower tier school or something like that. And basically most people seeing her in that school uniform would probably think that she's like that. But she's really not like that at all. She's very sweet, and she believes that people shouldn't be judged just based on rumors and gossip, but on who they really are. The most realistic part of the story so far was being able to eat several pieces of cake. I thought it was funny that she ended up eating them there in the patisserie, which is not a word that I've ever found a reason to say before today. How about we just call it plain, because that's what the sign says, plain. She was eating several pieces of cake at Plain, and it was just because she couldn't bring them home, so she just sat down to eat them there. But yeah, of course she could eat several pieces of cake. Maybe she had a bad day, I don't know. But we find out too that she's been watching Rintaro for a long time. And, well, I don't know how long, but she's been watching him for longer than the other experience that we saw with the two of them, of their first meeting, of him coming over and her getting, like, really flustered, really cutely, and running off. So she has had her eye on him, and so she got really flustered, and he made her heart race. Very, very cute. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because just as in the same way that people have been judging him, like I was saying, the people going to her school, they've also been seen as this collective of kind of like snobby girls who turn their noses up at especially the school next to them. And for them to be getting closer, like, I think it really speaks volumes too, that we already can tell that she's not like that, right? Like, she had, the girl from Kikyo had dropped her, I think it was her handkerchief, yeah, her handkerchief, and the other guy, whose name starts with a U, picked it up, and he was like, here, and she's like, no, I don't want that anymore. just because he was the one to pick it up. I'm like, oh my gosh. So there's already a lot of friction between the two. I think that it will be interesting to see how people's view of the other school, being Kikyo, from the school that Rintaro goes to, I forgot his school's name, how the other classmates of his will start to view him getting closer to her. And I wonder if they'll kind of set aside some of their biases as well, and thinking that all these girls are kind of the same, right? Just like all these people have been imagining that Rintaro is a scary guy just based on his appearance. Yeah, I think that's gonna bring us some interesting storyline to see how the other boys in the school will receive this situation. Anyway, I really liked it. It's so cute. Her eyes are so pretty. Watching them eat cake together and him working at a pastry shop. Like, I like all those really cute elements. And she's like eating a cake with strawberries, and there's flowers and there's sparkles, and it's just very visually beautiful. Really enjoying it so far. Excited to watch next time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me while I watched this episode of The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, also known as Jenny Learns the Names for Everything in this anime. If you've enjoyed hanging out with me here, make sure you tune in next time. I look forward to connecting with you all again soon, and yeah, take care of yourselves. Till next time.